Hey there, it's Phoenix Amore. So now people can see what I was speaking of when I said that's not climate change. I am the type that has grown so much in my spiritual gifts, even though I at times will say maybe I always keep having a recurring dream where God is like, no, this is correct. You are correct. And that's the key when I talk about that spiritual boot camp, when you really have that sense of discernment, where you kind of have this truth about you, where you're like, that's BS. I know exactly what God was showing me. Now, clearly they monitor me, so they know I'm not talking to anybody. So some of that is just the fact that I really see stuff. This is why I just sat back and has done pretty much a dust your feet thing. Now, what does that mean? That means I keep saying, okay, that's not climate change. And people who like to debate have a tendency to just keep piling lie after lie after lie after lie in order to win. And that is why I said what I did about Jesus not having any lawyers around him. That is really true. That is why I called some legal stuff sorcery. Because now you see, now that this climate change stuff has come out, they fired a scientist in order to push an agenda. That's almost like being in court and being like, we're going to take the science out of this, and because we're just trying to win this argument. Science is not an argument. That's why I say God is a genius. But I get it on the flip side, because if you have some atheists or people that are afraid to really believe in a higher power, they want to apply science to every single answer. Even when you have somebody like me not in touch with anybody, usually at home, as you can now see. That's part of the reason I was posting like I was, so people could say she really's at home. She's not anywhere. She's not talking to anybody, but she's picking up on this stuff. So I'm not surprised about the whole climate change thing. I think it's pathetic that somebody has to lie like that, but I'm not surprised. Now, scratch that. This is where I talk to the people when I said, this is why I say you have to slow down and not get involved with causes based on just the information that's out there. Because usually somebody's taking something out of the equation. It's where I was trying to take people when I was talking about the whole weed epidemic. And finally, you see, they're talking about weed and the psychosis and all this stuff that really affects us as people, the reality, the bones cracking and all that. They put that information, scientific study out there. But what happened? People want to be high. So they say, well, legalize it. Okay. That's where you decided to go. And I would think that people have learned from the past. What other drug used to be legal? Ecstasy, all these drugs. And then people started jumping off buildings and doing crazy stuff. Then they go, oh, maybe we need to maybe we need to make this illegal. So this is where I think people are like, do people not learn from history? But where I'm taking everybody with this is that true blue discernment that is so, it's not even that I'm happy that I'm right. I'm happy that God still is very connected with me. Now, it just makes my faith even bigger. So that's why some of what my writings talk about is like a faith, the seed God planted in me grew exponentially. That's that faith, okay? And that faith is why my discernment is so clear, where I can say that's not climate change. We can debate or not, but at the end of the day, the truth came out. So now it's there. Now all these people that have been involved with pushing that, they have to sit back and go, wow, you know what? Again, lied to. That was where I was trying to take people. Take care.